And we are finally live. Thank you everybody for your patience as I did a little digging around on the back end in order to update the slow mode. I am experimenting further with 10-second slow mode. I think that will be for the greater good for today's stream. It's not a guess-a-thon, so figured that would be a good thing to do. Hello, Jay Friars. Hello, Allie. Hello, Bridgeto. Alora, Devin, Nightbot, Avalon, Toby, Eva. So many lovely people here right now. Hey, I will be honest, I don't know if I'm up for it today. I'm kind of wanting a little bit of time between me and the last Buffy, and I'm gonna be incredibly blunt with you as to why. It's because the video flopped everywhere. Everybody, I've got to be really honest with you. It has been so demoralizing to post any video content on the internet for me for the last year. Like, I don't even know why I do it to myself anymore. I don't even know why. This is one of the reasons why I've been streaming. I just significantly enjoy streaming more because I find it to be a more rewarding experience than YouTube telling me once again that I'm a 10 out of 10 performance on my video, you know? It's just, I don't even think I'm ready for a sequel to that, you know? Hello, everybody. Okay, so I'm gonna keep working on this here, Marowak. I thought that'd be a nice thing to start with. Yeah, I don't really have it in me today. In the future I may, but yeah, I'm not taking requests today. You know what? I'm just gonna say there we go. We're gonna pin that. That'll weed out a lot of people, but that's okay. Yeah, if the video did better, I think I would have been more motivated, but it's just not my year so far for YouTube, I'll tell you what. At least for videos. Alright, let's see here. I'm looking for the reference photo I was using before. Here we go. Okay, cool. I found the Marowak from before. There we go. A Marowaki? Sounds very wacky, Devin. Okay. Here we go. Yes, I am the only one who can pin messages. I don't know why YouTube doesn't allow moderators to pin messages on my behalf. I would love for YouTube to get with that program. I have heard YouTube say that users can, but maybe it's only for horizontal aspect ratio streams. Anyone with moderator experience? Thank you, Brandon, for the super chat. I would be honored to. Okay, let me grab an Etch A Sketch for that. All right, we didn't really do any time on the Marowak, but that's okay, because I am happy to switch to Wall-E. Who doesn't love Wall-E? Excellent choice. That person weirded me out. I put him in timeout. Thank you, Devin. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to use as the Wall-E image. There's so many good choices. I don't think it applies to moderators. Great question. Yeah, the 10-second cooldown I think is for the general chat. I think I'll use this image. This is a nice Wall-E image. All right. Okay. Okay, I've got a good Wall-E to work with now. Testing, testing. Oh, it worked. You've never seen Wall-E? You can be the change you want to see in the world. Wall-E is fantastic. Highly recommend. Really good movie. Global appeal. Take bets to see how long it'll take for that Marowak. Well, we should have taken bets on that Magneton, right? You gotta up your ping to chat 10 seconds in the future. There we go. All right. How was everyone's evening? Oh, well, I guess some of you are not in your evening or night mode right now. Oh, gosh. If somebody wanted to do a count, I would expect at least 4 or 5 streams. At least. That one was pretty long because I was kind of taking the slow walk through all of the sorry, my brain. The background took a really long time. Chilling with the dogs, you're dog sitting? The slow Marowak. Alright, let's see here. I need to find a way to do it. I'm not happy right now with my Etch A Sketch setup because I'm realizing just how often my shadow is in the frame, and it's really kind of a bummer. What I guess I would ideally want is to have the Etch A Sketch a little farther back and then have the camera pointed at it. You're listening to music? That's cool. You got a grilled cheese and tomato soup? That sounds delicious. Yeah, listen to the mods. Listen to the mods, chat. No free requests today. I know that the sign on the top says Etch A Sketch art requests. I'm gonna do something. I don't know if I can possibly add like a rectangle. Let me think for a moment. I think if I switch to this. There we go. There we go. Did I have a good Christmas? I did! It was relaxing. It was nice. I enjoyed it. How about all of you? Did you have a nice Christmas? Cover it with Wall-E, yeah. I know, Charisma. You know, the thing is, the to-do list, I don't always get to it in a timely manner because I'm gonna be real with you. All of that back-end stuff takes a lot of tedium. Like, all the back-end stuff, I'm not always in the right headspace to want to take care of updating a scene because that requires me to, like, open up the Photoshop file and reword the text and think about what's the best wording to fit in the space that will be legible and read, you know, like, all of those things. And sometimes I'm ready to, like, cross all that stuff off my to-do list and I'll just, like, knock all the things out at once. But sometimes I usually do them in batches, you know? Yeah. Yeah. It's all stuff that, like, there is so much that I do that either costs me money or is completely free labor. And it could theoretically lead to, like, compensation in some way, but, like, it's... Like, the P.O. box is like, alright, when am I ready to spend $200 on a mailbox that I'm only going to use, like, probably a few times a year? When am I ready to take that plunge? Hey! Need a good distraction after... Oh, I totally understand that. My goodness. Yeah, I mean, I've been paying attention to a lot of the news about the fires in LA, and... No, it's certainly crazy. Working on the beginning of Wall-E. Well, I always hope that my streams are a comfy, cozy space for people to vibe and hang out and catch up with people, you know? Yeah, not a good combo indeed. Not a good combination. Can we give it up for marriage one more time? Thank you, Michael. I always assumed charisma that was called the laughing emoji. Is there another word for it? Thank you, Michael. Honestly, I wish I would have stuck around. It's the tears of joy emoji. That is not what it is. That's really funny. I really enjoyed the chat stream from earlier, though. I kind of wish I just continued it. That's what's up, marriage, baby! I'm the best person that goes live in your opinion, Crystal? Gosh, thank you. I'm glad to hear you enjoy my streams. I have a lot of fun hosting them. I like drawing on an Etch A Sketch and chatting with all of you and having a nice vibe, you know? The chat stream was nice. It is Wall-E, correct. I think it's time to do a robot check. Alright, let's do a quick little robot check. If you are under 13 years old, drop a robot emoji in the chat, baby. Let's see some robots light up this screen. I want to see some robot emojis in the chat, but only if you are under 13 years old. If you want to know why I'm asking for that, please do !why robots to learn exactly why I do this. God bless you. It was a trial by fire, yeah. There's one. You know karate? That's pretty cool. I took a few years of karate, never particularly excelled at it, but you know, I knew my lane. My lane was not sporty. My lane was arty. I was always the last picked at baseball, and I didn't even care, because I didn't derive any sense of validation from being good at baseball, or being picked by other kids. Because I knew that my strengths lied elsewhere. You got them so young. Did you hear karate? Indeed. I took a few years of taekwondo. I did not go far. It is okay to not... Dakota Kid, I like that comment. I know it's antithetical to like the message I'm trying to display to the chat, but that's the new pinned message. Yes, this is Wall-E, correct. You're a karate instructor, KO? That's pretty cool. Some kids want to be shortstop, some are just short. I was very short. Thank you, Pricks. What's everyone's favorite Pixar film? Mods, you might notice I'm feeling a little more cutthroat tonight. I'm not always like that, but sometimes I'm feeling a little more cutthroat. When you notice mod actions done by me, usually that means I'm being a little bit more judicious with the... It usually means that I'm having a sassy night, and I'm feeling a little less tolerant. Well, never mind. You bet I'm a white belt in karate? You were correct. I didn't even make it to green. Donde está Nemo? That's your favorite one? Finding Nemo? Buscando Nemo? That's a good choice. That's fun, Squid. You're making you're crocheting a top for yourself. Takes a lot of skill to be able to crochet clothing. I don't know if I would ever get into crocheting myself. I did pick it up a little bit when I was younger. I crocheted a scarf, but I think it'd be too hard on my hands. I already do a lot with the Etch A Sketch, so I don't know if I'd necessarily want to like strain my hands. I think I made this Wall-E a bit too big. Tale as old as time. Ratatouille's your fave? That's fun. Inside Out's your fave? Okay, my fave is probably Toy Story 2. Used to be able to crochet a straight line. Hey, that's like the foundation. You're gonna play some Skyrim? That's cool. I've played about 2 hours of Skyrim. Too many choices. I got overwhelmed by the open world nature of the game. It does have Short Circuit vibes, Dakota Kid. I'm capable of sketching Pikachu, but at this time I am only interested in taking on paid requests tonight. I don't have the capacity to do freebies tonight. Yeah. You love this toy? What happened? What happened between you and this toy, Talita? You feel like I'd be good at knitting. Your mom is super good at it, has tried to teach you multiple times. I've never tried knitting. I've always been a little intimidated by the fact that you need to use 2 knitting doodads. That's what they're called, right? Knitting doodads. That shows you how much I know about knitting. Can we get a number 5? Ah, sick. Yep. Would be happy. I assume you mean number 5 from Kids Next Door. I don't know. Is that what you mean? My assumption could be completely off. Thank you, Michael, for the super chat. We are 2 out of 5. Johnny number 5. We'll find out what he means. Our goal ends in 10 minutes, so if somebody wanted a chat stream really desperately, we are 3 yellow super chats away from unlocking that this weekend. Number 5 from Short Circuit. I've never seen that movie. I'm glad that we asked. What out with that emoji? All right, I've never seen Short Circuit. Was it a good one? You want a chat stream? Thank you, Avalon, for knocking out the 3rd goal. Thank you so much, Avalon. I really had a good time earlier, too. I sure wouldn't mind doing a chat stream. And I'll do it here. Honestly, it was such a fun vibe chatting here. There were problem people, but, you know. The non-problem people were great. What's a chat stream? Great question. It's a stream where I just talk in front of the camera instead of drawing on an Etch A Sketch. We had one earlier and it was really lovely. What's the difference between a chat stream and this? Yeah, so this one the focus is predominantly on the art, but the chat stream, I don't even use OBS. I just run it through my phone. So I'm just talking through my phone's camera. Avalon dropping another. We are 1 away now. Oh, thank you, Avalon. 1 yellow soup away. Yellow plus. It could be over a yellow. I'm a Renaissance painter. I guess I do have the beret to prove it today. Although that would be French, huh? What were Renaissance painters wearing? Thank you, Avalon. Toby! And the goal has been hit. Oh! And Avalon dropping their 10th super. What? We are not getting any Marowak tonight, Charisma. Thank you to Toby and Avalon. Thank you both. Very much so appreciated to both of you. Well, that unlocked a chat stream for this weekend, so now it's a question of deciding which day. Which day this weekend? Alright, I'm gonna draw back over here. Women are really talented. This is so true, Michael. You're moving back into college on Sunday? Oh, shoot. Does that mean your break is over? I assume you were on a nice break. I just realized that this whole... Oh, this sucks. I need to... This is a backwards... I didn't realize that the photo I was looking at is backwards. Avalon, yes we are. The photo I'm looking at was mirrored. I don't know who mirrored it, but that is a wee little bit unfortunate. Whoa! Bridget O shots fired! Ho! Oh, man. Careful now. Careful, SpongeBob. Careful, SpongeBob. What are the green super chats? So each member has the ability to send a highlighted message, I believe once a month. So they're using their membership perk to share a highlighted message. It actually doesn't cost them any money to do so. It comes with their membership. Bridget missed out on the talented women lore. Yeah, once upon a time, someone just dropped that in the chat. Women are really talented. And it's true. Just like it's okay to not be good at karate, right? These are both true things. Feeling a bit of Queen of Hearty tonight. Yeah, I am. Queen of Hearty. That's a good way to put it. Off with the heads! Alright, I'm drawing the treads, and then we've got the next drawing already on cue. On cue, on tap. In the queue, in the queue. On deck, on deck. Just working on the treads. You are a member. You have a crown and a green username, so somewhere you should be able to access the highlighted message option. Although maybe you have to be... Maybe you have to be, like, some kind of, I don't know if you have to be a member for a certain period of time or what. Yeah, I don't know if other members can instruct on how to access that feature. Oh, they come after a certain period of time. Highlighted messages after 3 months. Oh, well. I learn more every day, everybody. I learn more every day. Very close, Michael. It is Wall-E. I feel like Wall-I would be one of the different models. Look at me being all pedantic for no reason. Welcome, Molly. What's your least favorite Pixar film? I'm gonna say a really controversial choice for least favorite Pixar film. It's gonna be really hot take, but Kyle and I watched Soul and we weren't into it. Really controversial take there, but I just couldn't, like, I just kind of got bored of the journey back to Earth, you know? Am I gonna give Wall-E the tinfoil hat? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah. It does look like the shorts. I do know what the short circuit robo guy looks like. You were lost watching the Etch A Sketch and you're lost with these comments now. So to get a straight diagonal line, if I turn 2 knobs simultaneously at the same speed, you could get a nice clean diagonal like the one I just drew. Ta-da! Or in the words of Wall-E, ta-da! Yes, Bridget Oaks, Bridget Oak received a gift sub, or gift membership. I loved Elemental. Kyle and I saw that one in theaters, and we loved it. Put that thing back wherever it came from, also help me, bum, bum, bum. Didn't like Monsters University that much. There's another one. I thought that Incredibles 2 was pretty solid, though. I thought it was okay. I would watch that one again. Felt like a really long Pixar short. That is a beautiful way to put it. That's a beautiful way to put it. It felt like a Pixar short that went on too long. I love that. I just couldn't, yeah, I kind of started, and I felt like the main character guy, like, wasn't super likable. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever watch it again. So next up is number 5, and I'm not taking any free requests today, but you can always pay for one. It was an incredible movie. I thoroughly enjoyed Elemental. Draw a bicycle. But then I'll make the answer to that bike. And then everybody who types bicycle will be mad at me. I'm really good at making a lot of people mad at me during guess-a-thons. Alright, we've got one hand. And then we've got a lot of technology here. You haven't watched Lightyear? Oh, I didn't like Lightyear either. Yeah. Yeah, charisma. Nope. I'm not taking requests afterwards. You could send super chats, but that's the only way I'm taking requests tonight. How do I get the scaling correct? I am eyeballing proportions as I go. They're not perfect by any means, but right now I actually drew this one a little bit too big, and that tends to be what happens, is I always err on the side of accidentally drawing things bigger than they're supposed to be. One of my first free requests you did for me was a bicycle so long ago. Ah, takes me back. Those of you who are in the chat, who've been in my chat, or who've been on my streams for a while, what was like the first thing I drew for you? Was it free? Was it paid? I do a lot of free requests too, but I used to do them a lot more on TikTok. Can you request a request? Nope. Lightyear is referring to Buzz. It's like Buzz's backstory, but I wasn't super invested in the movie. Oh, it was Kuroko! Love that. Love that. Needs more cowbell. Sideways Vegeta. Allie said it was Eevee. Fun. First paid was Miko. I remember that Miko. I firmly remember that Miko from Pocahontas. The Abraham Lincoln. Oh, that takes me back. I remember the Abraham Lincoln. It's been too long. Winslow T. Oddfellow. I don't even remember the Winslow T. Oddfellow. It was an excellent choice, Avalon. I think that was a good one too because it demonstrated like what Etch A Sketch is capable of. Your first request was Invincible? Oh, wow. This is cool to hear. It's very nostalgic. It was Hobbs from Calvin and Hobbes. Wow. All the feels, all the nostalgia in the chat tonight. Ain't got a sketch yet, but one day. A lot of people that are commenting their first drawing, they're mentioning stuff from streams that I did thousands of hours ago. There will definitely be time. There will definitely be future streams. Fear not about that. You own Bob. Yeah, Bob! Oh, I remember Bob. I gotta do more build-in etches. Alright. We've got a lot of Wall-E built out now. Now this Wall-E is a backwards Wall-E. So I'm not gonna write the name on him just because the name is backwards. Did not mean to accidentally select a backwards photo, but that's okay. And then this part of the illustration is really confusing because it looks like they gave him an arm from a different illustration. I picked a really janky illustration for this one. Almost half a decade. Oh my gosh. Almost half a decade. How time is flying. You're not asking this for a request, but have I ever made a Bob Ross portrait? Yes, actually. Fun fact, I actually did an official licensed Bob Ross portrait that you could see on my page. If you go to my YouTube and look up Bob Ross Etch A Sketch, you're going to get a lot of shorts, but the long form horizontal aspect ratio video, that was actually done in partnership with Bob Ross Inc. And it was done, it was created for a giveaway. And, other fun fact, I don't know why this tends to happen to me, but if my art is, like, used in contests or giveaways, there is, like, a high probability I'll see it on eBay, like, 2 years later. And so that person who won the giveaway Etch A Sketch tried to sell it on eBay unsuccessfully. And that always kind of bumps me out because it's like, why did you enter the giveaway if you didn't want it enough to keep it? You know? I want the people who, like, wanted it to keep it. It definitely is, like, kind of sad. Yeah. Not to put the fear of God in all of you, but if any of you do ever try to sell my art on eBay, I'll see it, because if there were literally ever a person on the planet who follows Etch A Sketch religiously on eBay, it's me. So I see every eBay listing that goes up for Etch A Sketch. And for that reason, yeah, I've seen a couple of my pieces, at least 3 over the years, go up on eBay. And I don't know if any of them have sold. I think one of them did sell, actually. I can't remember what it was. I can't remember for the life of me what it was. But one person, this is somebody that I was kind of like... During COVID, I had a few people approach me and be like, I want to be there to help you out. I want to help out an artist in need. And I'm like, well, I want you to want my art, but, like, sure, I'll take your charity, I guess. And, and one person bought a piece of mine, during COVID, and I was kind of getting the feel that they were doing it, like, kind of out of pity. And then I saw them listed on eBay, like, 3 or 4 years later, and I was like, I loved that piece. I would have happily sold it to someone else. Like, I don't know. Yeah. About to go list something. I swear, if my eBay search history is suddenly full of my old art, I'm gonna be so mad. All right. I mean, I get it. Like, sometimes people sell art, but it was like the person who bought it, I already was like kind of clocking vibes from them that they didn't really genuinely want the art, and I was like, don't pity me. I don't need your pity. Buy it because you love it, because I love it. Good to know, Toby. Yeah. I was really proud of the piece that I sold. I know it would have sold to someone else. I know it for a fact. Thank you, Red Legs. Potentially, Avalon. It depends on the price. Wouldn't that be awkward, though? Wouldn't that be something? If somebody tried to sneaky sell my piece and then they saw the person who bought it was me? Wouldn't that be something? We're gonna set this one aside. Like, egg in their face, right? And next up is number 5. Make it a face-to-face pickup. Oh, they getting daggers for that. we're gonna have to do an erase off, and this one's gonna be a... Well, this is going to be between Meeple's profile pic, or I think I know what's gonna win here, but I'm gonna start up the timer in a minute. Or Sandy Cheeks. I have a feeling Sandy Cheeks is gonna win this round, but we're gonna start up the poll. Right meow and start. Vote yes or no, everybody. And then I'll start that timer. Get rid of Sandy. Reverse psychology says, what? Were they marking up the price of the piece? I think they both tried to sell it for like its value that they paid for it. Like I think the Bob Ross one was trying to sell for $300, which I thought was actually a pretty good price. But like, they had it. You know what was even more offensive is they had it in the box they won it in, which means they never displayed it. Why did they enter the freaking giveaway? You know, why did they I'm mad when I think about that. Like, don't enter a giveaway for an item you don't even want. Like, man. I remember, like, what a pain it was to create that Bob Ross piece on the turnaround that I had. Alright. I was so bummed about it. It was definitely a demoralizing moment. Ending the poll. And we're saying goodbye to the bottom drawing. Not too shocked there. Right. Yeah. It's a bummer, but, you know, sometimes it is what it is. All right. Saying goodbye to this drawing in 3, 2, 1. Hey, thank you for the laughing disco. Thank you very much, Elizabeth the Witch. I hope you all saw that cool animation. I miss it on my end because I'm doing it on desktop mode, but I know it shows a cool one for that one. So whenever I make a permanent Etch A Sketch, if I make a mistake, how do I fix it? I gotta be really careful. All mistakes are permanent on Etch A Sketch. You can kind of do a partial erase, but it's not an easy thing. All right, switch back to this screen, and we're gonna do. I gotta look up number 5. Oh, cute. Alright, I found, well, this one looks like it's made out of Lego or something. I need, like, the actual photo. Should I have the hat on for Johnny 5? Johnny 5 reminds me of Rob. He's wearing, like, a cowboy outfit. Is that good? Okay. Let me, situate. I remember the movie 9, but I've never seen it. That's fine by me. Okay, I'm gonna actually do one more erase off because I want to use a red Etch A Sketch for this one. I need thinner lines to do the details I want, and this one's got pretty thick lines, so. All right, one sec. All right, this one's going to be a whole different... It's gonna be between superhero Princess Etch and Shiny Kyle and Agumon. So once again, I will put up the poll. Yes, erase the top. No, erase the bottom. Wait, I'm throwing you on accident. There we go. Agumon is top. Sorry. Agumon is top. Didn't mean to do that to all of you. I should have waited to switch the scene first. You watch my videos, Crystal? Thanks. I'm gonna do a quick little... I'm so sorry. I'm gonna do a countdown here out loud. 10, 9. I did, Michael. 8. He liked how his turned out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... And I'm so sorry, everybody. I didn't mean to throw you off on that one. Did not mean to botch those results there. All right. I'll tell you what. we could do a revote if we get a $2 super chat. I will do a recount because that one I kind of accidentally threw it off. I will do a recount if we receive a $2 super chat in like the next 10 seconds. A blue Etch A Sketch. Isn't that cool? Yeah, they make them in some pretty cool colors. Thanks, Casey. Alright. If it's cool, I'm just gonna... 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Serena. Thank you, Serena. Never mind. I'm going to save this one from erasing. But we will be saying goodbye to Agumon. Erasing Agumon in 3, 2, 1. We're erasing because I need Etch A Sketches for the next drawings. You wish more people were careful with martial arts. People do it in unlicensed dojos and ooh. Yeah, go to real... I agree with that. Safety first. Alright. And then let's go back to the screen here. And this Etch A Sketch has thinner lines, so I could use this one. Alright, Johnny5 wearing a very becoming yeehaw outfit. Don't know why I couldn't think of the word cowboy, but could think of the word yeehaw. Okay. Thanks for tuning in, Casey. I'm doing a little stretching. This is true. Alora is up late. Thank you, Serena. Okay, here we go. Drawing Johnny5. The eyes are very Wall-E-esque. Have I done any Karate Kid Cobra Kai things? On streams? I'm not sure. Maybe something from Karate Kid a while ago. Looks like a fluffy hat. Oh no, Alora, I'm sorry to hear you have a migraine. Johnny5 had to roll so Wall-E could roll faster. Alright. Now this Etch A Sketch has like not the best dexterity for some reason. So you're gonna get kind of funky line here, but that's okay. Okay, and then there's some chords. It looks like Johnny5 was like a real robot. Like an actually functioning robot. Unless it was all just a puppet. I've never seen the movies, so I don't know. I do, Waffle. I do own Almanac. Yes, I do. I remember buying it. Honestly, though, either I bought it. I think I bought it. Yeah. Yeah, my friend picked up the Lemon Demon flash drive for me the following year, but I did buy Almanac. I was there for that. That might have been the last time I attended Youmacon. I came back to Michigan for that, to pick that up. Rob did it before them all. What am I doing? I am drawing Johnny5 on an Etch A Sketch. Yeah, this... Sometimes when I slam on the Etch A Sketch, it clears up the stylus a little bit. There we go. There we go. When did this movie come out? Like, what year? What year was, I can't think. 1986 for Short Circuit. And I know they had a sequel, so it must have been successful enough. Menthol patches on the forehead for migraines? I've never heard of that before. Etch A Sketches are at around $6 for the size I'm using, although the one that I'm using now, you can't buy it on store shelves anymore. So these generally cost more. Just because they're, you know, you gotta buy them used and they're discontinued units. That's good to know. Yeah, I've never heard of that before. It's like a shiny Etch A Sketch. You remember the sequel being something. There He's given the, like, okay sign. Okay. There we go. I've never heard of using menthol for anything but cigarettes, I'll be honest with you all. Stumbled on you waiting for your melatonin to kick in, think you'll chill. Welcome, Outlaw Amber. Tonight I am working on a commissioned request of Johnny 5 from Short Circuit. And Johnny 5 is looking very cowboyish. I've literally never heard of menthol being used for anything but cigarettes. This is so confusing to me. I didn't know menthol had any positive properties. I always just associated it with cigarettes. They come with cough drops too? Never heard of it. Very interesting. There we go. It could be used for good. Today I learned. We're learning all kinds of things today. We're learning it's okay to not be good at karate, and we're learning that menthol can be used for things other than cigarettes. Apparently really positive things. Inside everyone there are 2 menthols. Yeah. It's what makes minty things minty. Oh, you know, I think you're right, because I'm thinking about Altoids, and I feel like it says menthol on the Altoid tin. Can anyone confirm or deny that allegation that it says menthol on the Altoid tin? I like me some occasional Altoids. They're curiously strong after all. I don't know what Carmex is. It helps with the aftertaste. Okay, so this is where it's confusing me, okay? My brother came out to visit, and we were in Washington, D.C., and he wanted to pick up cigarettes, but menthol cigarettes were illegal. They don't sell menthol cigarettes in Washington, D.C. Now, they do in Maryland and Virginia, but not D.C. So what's up with that? It's for lips. You miss sour Altoids? Never had them. What kind of foods do you all miss that don't exist anymore? Like, what kind of food products? You hear me occasionally rhapsodize about Tony the Tiger Cinnamon Crunchers, the greatest cereal ever made, or The amazing chicken salad on a croissant that used to exist at Dunkin' Donuts. Oh, I miss it every day. Vault the drink. Never had Vault. I'm sure everything everyone's going to mention are things I've never had. They quit selling menthol cigs there as well? Yeah. The matte blue Scooby-Doo snack. That is a deep cut right there. Malts. Oh, like, just the concept of malts? Because I've had malts. Malts are very yummy. We used to have malts in my middle school. They had a malt machine. It was so good. I miss that. DC banned all flavored tobacco products due to the rise in vape popularity. I didn't know that. So does that mean you can't buy any vapes? But what's funny is that marijuana is legal. It's been legal in DC for a long time. And I feel like they have all kinds of flavored marijuana. Pudding pops. I've heard of pudding pops. Never had them. Fantails. They discontinued July 2023 after 93 years of being around. Or is it like Fantales? A lot of Australians were very sad. Choco Tacos? That sounds made up, but delicious. Tiny bottles of fizzy drinks called Panda Pops. It's got me thinking about what have I just forgotten that I consume. Oh, I made Johnny 5 too big. This is my cross to bear, everybody. This is my burden in life, is drawing everything too big on Etch A Sketch. So we're not going to see most of his treads. He looks like a vacuum cleaner on the bottom of his body. We'll see some of the treads. I guess it's better than none of the treads. It was an ice cream. I've never heard of them. Where did you get Choco Tacos? Was it like an ice cream truck thing? Because I'll be real with all of you, the only ice cream I was allowed to get at the ice cream truck was the cheapest one. You remember that one ice cream bar that was like less than $1? It was not a licensed character. It was just like a hunk of like, I think it was like bubblegum flavor. It was like blue and pink. And it's like a swirl. That's the only thing I was ever allowed to get at the ice cream truck. Yeah, Choco Taco. Yeah, I wasn't allowed the privilege of of anything other than the cheapest one. You'd see them in the ice cream. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So they existed at the gas stations too. It wasn't just an ice cream truck thing. Okay. My favorite kind of ice cream growing up was a Blue Moon or Superman because I just liked the colors. But as an adult, I'm really into Neapolitan. Like, I just love having the option of vanilla and strawberry and chocolate and then kind of picking as much as I want of each. But honestly, I generally prefer doing like froyo. And with froyo, I really like coconut flavor. Froyo, I feel like it just kind of has like a... I like all the toppings you can do at froyo. Remember the like late 2000s when froyo was the big thing? Like late 2000s, early 2010s when there was like 50 million froyo establishments? There was no place that was better than Forever Yogurt in Chicago. Don't get me wrong, Pinkberry was fun. Pinkberry I feel like really kicked off the phenomenon, but like Forever Yogurt had it down to the best science, and they had the coolest looking buildings. They had the coolest looking establishment that looked like it looked like a CTA train car was inside. I wish I had more photos from that era because I really miss Forever Yogurt. I don't know if they have any more in Chicago now. I think they still exist. But I used to, you know, that was like one of my main... If I wanted to get a treat in Chicago, I'd get myself Forever Yogurt. Froyo is frozen yogurt. Yeah. My mods usually answer questions on my behalf. You love Neapolitan. Too indecisive to pick one flavor? Exactly, Charisma. You get me. Yeah. You're in Canada. Never wanted ice cream or anything cold. I can understand that, Steven. The Choco Taco. I didn't realize what a legend the Choco Taco was. I'm sure if I had it, I would have loved it, you know? Creme brulee. Well, that's pretty fancy. I had my first creme brulee in Paris after after going to the Louvre. I was there for 6 hours. I just blitzed through the whole Louvre on my own. I found a charming little bistro that wasn't too far from the Louvre. And I ordered myself some dinner that night. And I decided to order a creme brulee because I thought a creme brulee would be real peachy keen. And they lit it on fire and everything at my table, and I cracked through the shell. It was lovely. And I just remembered staring out the window and people watching. I was very lonely in Paris, but it was still such a romantic time in my life to look back on. Real coming of age moment. Going alone to a foreign country where you don't speak the native language. Definitely a unique experience. I'm very grateful I got to have it. Felt like I grew a lot as a person from that. Great question, Outlaw. I am looking at a reference photo that is off screen on a computer screen in front of me. Did I get some strange in France? I don't know what that means. I have had Dippin' Dots. It's the ice cream of the future. It's also a common point of contention between me and Shiny Kyle. And this is Johnny 5. Let's see if I can get it a little bit closer. And now we've got that, and... Where is he? Where is he? There we go. And... Wall-E. Woo-woo! 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 That's fun. Oh. It's slang for relations. Oh. No. Someone tried. A few people tried, actually. When I went to... Don't judge me, okay? It was like 9 p.m. and none of the restaurants were open. And if they were, all they were serving was wine. I needed dinner and I was working all day in Paris. So I had to go to a Subway, like the American food chain establishment Subway, because I was starving and required food. I went to Subway and then I hooked on phonics French. I had my French guidebook and I'd say, je voudrais, and then look for the word. And then I would start pointing and saying the words, and I was laughing and the guy behind the counter was laughing. And we were kind of having a nice little da-da-da with my very basic hooked on phonics French. And I make it to the end of the transaction and I purchase my sandwich and I go sit down, and the man behind the counter leaves behind the counter and sits in the chair across from me. He sits in the chair across from me. And he looks at me and he starts babbling at me in French. And through the babbling in French, it becomes apparent to me that he's trying to find out if I have a boyfriend, and he's trying to get my hotel key. This is a man I just bought a sandwich from, everybody. I was not expecting that part of the experience. Yes, he used the word for key because I had my dictionary with me and could flip to the page. He also wanted me to talk to his brother because his brother apparently knew English. He called his brother, put his brother on speakerphone. I started talking to him in English, and his brother got confused. His brother lied to him. His brother does not know English. He asked for my phone number, and I'll tell you what, I actually gave it to him because I knew he would not understand the US area code system. I gave him my phone number, and he's like, that's not enough digits, basically. He's like he was trying to point, where's the rest of the numbers? And I'm like, that's literally it, my dude. Good luck to you. Yeah, his brother could not. Welcome to society. Yeah, seriously. Real sibling moment there. So I was using a stranger's cell phone to talk to his brother. And... it was a moment where I was like, what is going on in my life right now? I am alone in Paris on the phone at a Subway with an employee's brother trying to communicate in English. Well, they have different numbers of digits for phone numbers, and then their region country codes are different. So, yeah, it was definitely, and then another person came in, thank God. And as soon as... Oh, because that's what I wanted to do, Devin. I wanted to cross the Atlantic to hook up with a sandwich artist in Paris. That was my goal in life. That's what I was hoping to do. That's why I went all the way to Paris. I could have easily done that in Chicago. They probably have at least 75 locations. No, I had to go back to my hostel where I was sharing a room with 3 incredibly sweaty Italian men, because here's the secret. If you stay at a hostel and you get a mixed room, it's going to be cheaper, but you will be the only woman in that room. It costs more money to stay in an all-women room at a hostel, and mixed always means everyone else is a man. It is cheaper to go to a hostel as a man, because no woman, except me apparently, knew the code for what mixed room meant. I used their hairdryer without their permission because I didn't have a hairdryer that worked in this country or in Paris, because US hairdryers have different voltage. So they in the morning I used their hairdryer without their permission. There's mixed in women. Yes. Yep. Oh, I bet, Outlaw. I bet. Mamma mia. It was bunk beds. They were nice. They all knew each other. I didn't know them. I was just the random American girl that, like, tried to slip into my bunk late at night, you know? We didn't pay each other any mind. Found a blue crystal clear cove after a 5-hour climb and went cliff diving. Holy cow. That's probably why all the guys were in the mixed room. I don't even know if they offered men's rooms. I don't even know if they offered men-only rooms. It was so... Actually, the first night I went to a women's room and the woman was coughing all night, and I thought, oh my god, I just traveled across an ocean for the first time in my life and I'm gonna get sick. So I switched rooms. Yeah, sweaty Italian people. I just got hurt. It sounds like the best reality TV show ever. Yeah. You do pay a little bit more. I'll switch to this screen just so I can, like... There we go. Main screen. Main screen, turn on. We get signal. You walked by a men-only hotel in Chicago. Yes, those are still an existent thing in Chicago. They're kind of like the vestiges of a bygone era. It was much more common back in the day for men to commute into town and, like, look for work and pay for these, like, $10 a night hotels. Nowadays, they're kind of some of the last vestiges for people that, like, don't want to live at the YMCAs and stuff. Yes, more Marowak. This has been a real whack stream for Marowak. Yeah, you do pay a little bit more to stay in an all-women hostel room because you have your camera with you, which is the only reason why otherwise you'd go with a cheaper option. Yeah, I can understand that. There's a women's-only hostel in London. Huh. I've stayed in mixed since, but usually I pay for, like, the women-only rooms at hostels now. People, well, the YMCA often is, like, a place for homeless people to stay at and stuff. Yeah. It was really great. I'm glad to hear. I don't know if every YMCA is, like, a equal experience. You didn't know it was fun to stay at the YMCA? That's great. That's really funny. Yeah, I don't hostel so much anymore these days. Honestly, if I'm traveling, I already feel like there's so much about my travel that is higher stress. Like getting on a plane, dehydration, being in a place that you're not super familiar with, getting on public transit, walking around a crazy place and eating food you're not used to. So I do pay now for the luxury of staying alone in a hotel so I can have that me time. Yeah. Has everything for the folks to enjoy. Hey. Yeah, I think that is a thing that, like, a lot of people, like, if you're staying in, like, homeless shelters, there is a lot of concerns about safety and privacy and all sorts of things. And these men-only hotels, like, they still exist in Chicago, and some of them are, like, the final vestiges of that era. And they still offer super cheap rooms, and there are a lot of people who are panhandlers or, like, otherwise homeless who've been living in these, like, what are supposed to be normal hotel rooms for decades at this point, and they just have their own private space that's their home. It gives them the dignity of a private home. Hey, what's up, Nintendo Lunchbox? Feel like I'd be really good at digital art. I do like digital art. You see my emotes? Those are some random digital art pieces I've done, so I'd like to dabble in it here and there. Got in trouble for sleeping in a tree to town square while traveling? Ooh, who got you in trouble? That's kind of cool you slept in a tree, though. I don't know if I'd feel safe enough to sleep in a tree. I feel like I'd fall off the tree. There you go. There's a bunch of random little digital art of mine. That's like one example. There are short stay YMCAs that are not as nice, but there's long-term ones that you have to be interviewed to stay in. Both less than dojo. That doesn't shock me. All right, everybody. I think I'm going to wrap things up in just a moment. Thank you so much to those of you who knocked out the live chat goal. Thank you so much to the lovely fan funders today. We've got the likes of Brandon, Michael, Avalon, Toby, Avalon, and Serena. Thank you so much for all those lovely super chats. Thank you so much to all the new subscribers. Oh, you were loitering on public property. Yeah. Well, those street cops, you know, they've got to claim their turf, I guess. All right. Is art happening? You actually just missed the stream. You can always tune in, though, because it will be wrapping up in a moment, and you can see the DVR'd version. I don't know if DVRing is on. Is DVRing on? Don't forget Avalon. An Avalon. Oh, an Avalon. You slept on a recycled bench at Legoland once. Was it shaped like a Lego? DVRing is off. So it'll take a while for this stream to process. And once it processes, it'll be a few hours. Thank you for pinging Nightbot's Discord link. Just a green bench. Yeah, that would be a terrible bench. You'd have to sleep between the, like, cylinders, like a snake. Hopefully it'd be big enough that you could sleep between the cylinders, which makes me think of Honey, I Shrunk the Kids when they were living in a universe where they were this tiny and then the Legos were like the size of large furniture. Tisk tisk Legoland. Thanks again to everybody who tuned in. What if it had the plates though? Yeah. Slept in your truck for months? My goodness, we need to have a stream where we just talk about unique housing arrangements, everybody. Hope there isn't a good man starring when I wake up. Trying to translate that. I feel like Lego. I don't know. I'm a little tired. All right, everybody, take care. Enjoy the rest of your day and night wherever you happen to be in the world. And as always, each and every one of you could be anywhere on the internet. It is the World Wide Web after all, and you've chosen to spend this time with me, which I never want to take for granted. Thank you very much, everybody. Woo! Staring? Oh, okay. Got it. You had to share a room with your cousins. They were staying over. You slept in your closet for 3 weeks? Dang. Baltimore loves me. Thanks. That's cool. I appreciate that. All right, everybody. Hope to see you all next stream. It'll probably be a guess-a-thon. Sorry, there's something on my lip. It'll probably be a guess-a-thon. It'll probably be around 5 or 6. So just be prepared for that. All right, everybody. Peace out.